Recently, I made a video explaining a phrase that I really like to use, but which sometimes leaves the people who follow me a bit confused, right? The phrase is the following: to become rich, you have to take down some bodies. For you to become a millionaire, you have to knock down a bunch of people. And for you to become a billionaire, you have to knock down a multitude, literal. Although many have managed to achieve what people call success, right? Literally doing this, right? Those who traffic, who prostitute, who deceive other people become rich by literally taking down bodies. But then what happens? One of the examples I gave was what I call, burning someone out, which is, for example, when you hire an employee and this employee obviously has to give back double, right, of what he's costing you. In other words, if you pay $2,000, he has to deliver at least $4,000. You get it? He has to work for at least our $4,000, which would be profit for you. And I even said, look, see, if you're making less than $4,000, you'll probably be fired because no boss does charity. Understand? It's a business transaction. All right. I said, a thing that, for me, in my opinion, is to tear down a body, which is your first body, which is the body of morality. It's when this guy makes you 10, 20,000 reais in profit and you don't give him a bonus. Because inside you, there's a little voice telling you, no, if you reward him, he'll want more. He'll slack off or something like that. But often it's the opposite. And then a guy wrote like this: man, you see, there is no wealth without exploitation. That phrase really got to me because I started thinking, okay, but what do you call exploitation? Because for me, exploitation, for example, is when you force someone to do something, right? All the work is voluntary. You don't force anyone to work. For me, exploitation would be if you agreed to pay $2,000 and then paid $500. For me, that would be exploitation. Understood? Oh, but you're paying so little. Is that little bit exploitation? No, that little bit was an agreement. You accepted to work for that much, right? There's no exploitation in that. Just as you agreed to pay that much, you have to pay. So for me, sometimes this whole thing about you exploiting is very complicated. Get it? Recently, I watched a video from a guy complaining about iFood, that iFood penalizes those who don't accept the deliveries, not the runs. Sorry, the deliveries. Got it? And then it kind of lands a punch on the guy. This to me would already be exploitation. Why? Because you shouldn't be forced to do all the deliveries that iFood sends you. Why? Because there's no such bond. There's no such contract saying, hey, if you're on my platform, you have to do all the deliveries I send. In that case, yes, for me, there's exploitation. And it's for these and other reasons that I so strongly defend the union. Understood? Because if you had a strong union, workers would unite to be able to demand better things from their employers. You understand? Look, this isn't fair. You're screwing me over with this. Get it? So a good deal, as Mr. Adon would say, the late Mr. Adon, a good deal is only good when it's good for both sides and not just for one. Get it? The problem is that it's Brazil, right, man? And in Brazil, everything that seems good turns into crap. Oh,